Hey everybody, welcome to the driving review of the 2025 Toyota Crown. So let's start with the basics. Let's start with the facts and the figures and the specs. This is the 2025 Toyota Crown Nightshade. Nightshade basically means it's got some option packages, but some of the badging is blacked out. Ooh. I get it. I mean, I actually prefer that, but it's odd to me for that to be a standalone. But there it is anyway. People obviously love it. Toyota's done this with several cars. Suggested retail price on this vehicle is $49,860. It is not the entry level by any means, nor is it the top level vehicle price spec. So somewhere in the middle. Let's go over the basics. It has, of course, a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, just like all the HSD Toyotas do. It has 236 combined system net horsepower. Of course, it's a CVT, and it has electronic on-demand all-wheel drive. Safety Sense 3.0. It has a blind spot monitor, front and rear parking assist with automatic braking, a smart key system, push button start, backup cameras, connected services. We actually used the Wi-Fi in the car, which was kind of fun. I'm glad I'm not paying for it, but it was fun to have a car that had Wi-Fi as a hotspot. Quad LEDs, running lights, 21-inch wheels, the panoramic fixed glass roof. I used to be a hardcore moonroof guy. I need a moonroof. A slide back roof. Honestly, the panoramic roof gives me that same sort of spatial feeling, and I'm kind of okay with that. So I really like that. 12.3-inch Toyota audio multimedia system, which is fantastic. You never heard me say that about Intune. The Toyota audio multimedia system is really, really well done. And they've managed to make it some incremental improvements from the original, but it's still a strong system. Now, the one problem I had with this vehicle, and I'm going to get to this right now, it has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I spent a lot of time going through the manual, going through my phone. I could not get Apple CarPlay to load on the system. I don't know if it was my phone. I don't know if it was the car. I am positive that both parties involved, Apple and Toyota, would point at the other one and say it was their fault. Frustrating, but I just, I wanted to test it. I don't know that I care. I'm sure that most of the time you're going to get in there and, go for it. Sirius XM, JBL 11 speaker system, which actually sounds nice. Leather trimmed, heated and ventilated front and heated rear seats. Leather trimmed steering wheel. No more Softex. Where did the Softex go? 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, which I thought was it was cool, but underutilized. The graphics weren't that great. The programming options weren't that great. It was okay. I mean, it worked. It was nice, but it wasn't the kind of thing where I was like, wow, that was really a cool feature. Whatever. Anyway, almost 50 grand, and you are driving the flagship Toyota sedan. Well, that's what we did. So, that's the car. Where did we go? We went from North San Diego County, Escondido, California, to San Francisco, a drive of roughly 492 miles. Most of that drive, obviously, is freeway, is interstate. You're not doing a lot of side roads and all that. The car drove magnificently. It's a beautiful highway cruising vehicle. However, I want to say this. It's not so big and bulky that in town it was pretty agile. Nimble would be the word I'd want to use, but I don't think nimble applies. It's definitely a heavy car. It's definitely kind of bulky, but it steers just fine. You have no problem getting in and out of things. It doesn't feel like a huge car. So anyway, we're on the freeway. Dynamic cruise control as you go through Los Angeles is certainly a wonderful thing. and even on the 5 freeway going through the San Joaquin Valley in California, it's certainly very, very handy. We had a great time with that. It's a beautiful car for cruising down the road trip car. We had no trouble parking the vehicle. Like I said, it's certainly a good mid to almost full-size vehicle, but no problems pulling into spaces, parallel parking, whatever. It drives really well. As well, the seats super comfortable. Good back support, good adjustability. It definitely was comfortable to be in for 8 hours at a time, or just to jump in to go across town. So that worked really well. We were very happy with that. Like I said, the panoramic roof is nice. It gives the vehicle a very airy feel. Lets in lots of light, but not too much. There, of course, those windows are tinted. Let's talk about the controls, the ergonomics. It's actually very, very nicely set up. Unlike a lot of companies, Toyota does a good job, generally speaking, with this. They don't come up with weird, different controls, one set of controls on one side of the steering wheel, a different set. It's a very rationally, logically designed car. In just a few minutes, I was able to familiarize myself with where everything was and get on the road, and I could reach for things and grab things, and I knew where things were going to be. It's a good combination of screen and our on-screen controls and physical controls. That's very nice. The HVAC system is super nice as well. Adjustable, obviously, split driver and passenger and rear passenger seats. It really has it all. And again, that's really what it is. It's supposed to. It's the flagship sedan. It's the Crown. So loved driving the car. Really enjoyed it. Had no complaints other than the CarPlay thing. And that's really, really kind of nitpicky. All in all, the Toyota Crown made the trip much more pleasant than it could have been. As much as I love, and I do love, capital L, my second gen 2008 Prius, I was much happier on a long car trip with a vehicle like this than I would have been in the Prius. I love my car, but this is a luxury vehicle, make no mistake. It is definitely a step above what you're used to, even in like Camry or Avalon. So there you go. All in all, is it a good value? Well, if you're going to spend 50 grand on a car, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad value by any means. I have the problem with being older is I look at a $50,000 car and I go, oh my God, $50,000. These days, $50,000 isn't that much for a vehicle. The average vehicle sale price is what, like 35, 36 grand these days? So, we're not talking about something that's crazy priced. I would go back to the standard of, would I want my mom to drive this car? And in this case, I would say yes, I would. I feel like it's safe. It has lots of features. It's comfortable. It's a sedan, but it's not a low-slung sedan. It's not like the Lexus LC500, for instance, where, it's a couple of inches off the ground and you're kind of, have someone help me get out, please. Wow, that was a really old guy thing. Yeah, that's me. But it was wonderful. So would I recommend it? Sure, absolutely. It's a fine car. It's quiet. The doors close with a nice sort of pleasant thud. That's not like the clank, like of a cheap hollow door. Like I said, it's quiet. Toyota's done its work on this vehicle, and it's excellent, start to finish. Should you get one? I don't know. I can't think of a good reason to warn you off of it. So that's it. Oh, and let me just mention this here. 39 MPG was our MPG, and we'll talk about that in the MPG video. But good gas mileage for a vehicle of that size with those amenities and that weight. Loved it. Thanks to Toyota for loaning us the vehicle for the drive and the review. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, put them in comments. I will be happy to address them. Otherwise, My thanks to Toyota. As always, Michael Manring. And of course, thanks to all of you for watching. And until next time, drive safe.